Hello. Experiment today is balance force. The purpose of the experiment is to understand the effects of balance and unbalanced force on an object. In chapter 2, we talk about the Newton's first law of motion. Every object remains at rest or in its state of uniform straight line motion unless acted upon by an unbalanced force. Every object have what we call inertia, which is a tendency to resist a change in motion. And therefore, in order to make the object either move, stop moving, or change direction, it requires an external force, and that external force have to be unbalanced force. This means that it cannot be equal to the amount of force that object exerts. Okay? You can predict the motion of objects by looking at the net force acting on them. And it is important to keep track of the directions and the magnitudes of all forces when predicting the motion of objects. Let's start our experiment. We're going to go to physical science. Okay, so click on physical science on your Beyond Lab. It will open up to the virtual physics. Okay, scroll down to force and interaction and balance force. Click on that. Okay, right. All right. So the first part of the experiment, you're going to see that you have a table, and on the table you have a purple ball. Okay? Attached to the ball is the rocket. Rocket. Without the force exert or external force exerted by the rocket, the only force that acts on the ball is gravity. The gravity will pull. Without the external force, the gravity going to pull the ball downward. Okay? So in section number 3, we're going to start your experiment by clicking on the start button. You will observe what happened. Okay? All right, so we're going to start with the start button here. Okay? You're going to observe. Okay? This is without the only force that acting on this ball at this time is gravity. So you make the observation, then okay, let's stop. Then after you observe that, you will describe and so what did you observe when you first turned on the rocket. All right. When you complete that, now let's look at step number 4. I'm going to go start by reset. Okay, reset. Get everything ready. Okay. So in number 4, they ask you determine the amount of force needed to balance the ball. So how do we do that? Okay. We're going to turn on the force exerted by rocket here. Right? Okay, we're going to come here, look at forces. Right now, the magnitude of force is 100. Now, it's very important that you reset this before you change the magnitude of the force. If you don't do that, it will reset back to 100. So let me try this. I'm going to try, I'm going to say 120. I enter 120 on the keyboard and hit enter. All right, then go to start. Now, when I first start, there is no external force. Okay? The rocket has not exerted any force. For the rocket to exert force, I have to click force. Now you can see that. Right? Okay. Stop that. Then let's go to the to the table here. Okay. Why did you need to change the rocket force? Explain that. Then on the table, you write down 125, or first you 100 first, and then observation, balance or unbalanced, and then 125. Now, you do not have to use 125. You can use 200. You can use 150. You can use 400. Whatever you want to try. Okay, explore. So for me, for example, this example, I put down 125. I write down my observation, and then is that balance or unbalanced? If the force is balanced, the net force is equal. It means that the force that exerted by the rocket is equal to the force exerted by gravity. Okay, it means that what happened? The ball should stop moving. That's called balance. If it's still moving, it's unbalanced. Okay, in this case, in my case, 125 is still unbalanced. Right. I will keep doing that. Okay, I will go back and reset. Okay, first, remember, got to reset it first. Then change the magnitude. Okay, and then you keep doing that until you find the balance force. Okay. It means that that force will cause the ball to stop moving. Right. Then look at number 5. Okay. Now, find out what happened to the motion of the ball when the rocket is attached at the different position. So I'm going to reset number 5. So reset the experiment to the beginning by click on reset button. All right, this time set the force to 200 Newton and set the angle to 270. Record your observation in the second table. So the second table is down here. Okay, 270, force is 200, effect on the ball. So let's see. So you're gonna magnitude. Okay, make sure you reset this. Change this to 200. Click enter. Change the angle to 270. Okay, type and then hit enter. And when you're ready, okay, click start. So when you first start, the only force acting on the ball is gravity. Let's take a look when we exert force. The force is now 200 and the angle is 270. Right? Stop this. Now, so you're going to describe effect on the ball. Okay, what did you see? What did you observe? And is this a balanced or unbalanced force? Okay. And then you change from 270. You keep the force constant at 200 Newton. We're going to change the angle from 270 to 0 to 180 and any angle of your choice. So I'm going to do that down here. Okay. So you'd have 4 angle, same force. Look at the effect on the ball and determine whether it's balanced or unbalanced. Then you answer question number 3, answer number 4, answer number 5, and answer number 6. And you're done with the experiment. All right. If you have any question, let me know. Okay. Bye bye.